got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my OG, got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my OG, got me locked in on cup though.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back. George Morgan here at your service. It's PSGL. It's Wednesday night. It's Spain tonight as well. Lots on the table, lots of battling. The title contest is still alive and kicking. And Jack, it's only taken us 10 rounds. We're on the 11th. It's all to play for.
Boromant goes on the inside and takes the lead on the final lap of the race. Now it's side by side between Boromant and Warner, but Boromant's got the inside.
Literally a guest star here in this phenomenal race. Cameron Dowd looking to take P2 in his very first PSGL F1 PC race. Incredible to say the least. You see there, Putin's the lead. 1.5 seconds. DRS is the name.
All right. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the 7th round of the F7 Championship here on PSGL. I'm Kenny1997, your commentator for this event. Before we get into the Drivers' Championship, as you can see on your screen, I'm going to go over some of the incident reports that occurred from last week at Suzuka. Now, there are at least 4 incidents that were occurred, one of which is a pretty big one, but we'll go from that bit in a bit. But first off, it's the incident between Nathan, Liam, and Boomsha. Boomsha was awarded a 5-second time penalty and 2 license points, which demoted him from 7th to 10th place. And then there was also a warning for Janetsky for not providing footage to the stewards. Then there was another penalty awarded to Nicholas Boita with his incident with Nathan JB. 10-second penalty and a qualifying ban because he has accumulated 6 total license points. So that's a big F in terms of that. But probably the biggest one of them all is last week's race winner, Brandox. He got a qualifying ban for this upcoming race and 3 license points to serve because of impeding Julian in last week's race. Excuse me, last week's race at Suzuka. So yeah, that could play a little bit into the championship implications, as I'm going to go over that right now as we speak. Currently, as you can see on your screen, Riggs is leading the way on 58 points, followed by Brandox in second with 57, and behind him is Provatox in third with 56 points. Yeah, 3 points in combination separating the entire top 3. The closest championship I think I've seen for a while. It's actually been really astounding to see. In fourth is Michele, who is one of the reserve drivers with 41 points, followed by Janetsky in fifth with 38 points. In sixth is Rezify with 25 points, Belbaba in 7th at 21. Then it's Nathan L. Pilator tied with 18 points in 8th. And then rounding off in 10th is Boomsha with 11 points. And on to the constructors table. Excuse me. onto the constructors table at the moment. It is Aston Martin. They are leading the way on 64 points, followed by Red Bull Racing in second with 59, along with Ferrari in third. In fourth, I should add, is Alfa Romeo with 56 points. Then it is AlphaTauri in fifth with 25 points. McLaren in sixth with 25 points, along with Mercedes in seventh with 23. Aston in eighth with 14, Alpine in ninth with 7, and then Williams rounds it off the 10. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're standing at the moment. We're probably gonna have a quite a close championship here towards the end. We've got just 4 more races to go, and of course, some exciting action waiting to happen. Now, I'm not alone, of course. My co-commentator Flynn is alongside me as usual. Now, Flynn, looking over this drivers' championship. Yeah, this is like I said, this is the closest I've ever seen in terms of like commentating for a while, and it's honestly really nice to see how competitive it is as well.
Yeah, that is very true. I believe it's also my first time seeing how close a championship can be. And what's even more awesome, if it continues this way with like 6 points, 5 point gap for some places in the championship, then it could be down to the final wire of the last race. Which, to be honest, at the end of the season, I think that'd be quite awesome to see. Wouldn't you agree, KD?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's something. Of course, any commentator stream is to watch a championship fight that goes to the final round of the championship. Knowing right now we have a 3-way fight and the top 3 separate by just a couple of points. Yeah, no, it's absolutely amazing. But anyway, we got the lobby all getting ready to go, as you can see on your screen. And as you can see, we are racing at the very historic Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari, which is people famously known as Imola. It's a track that was first introduced into Formula One back in the 1980s. Of course, it has been reconfigured a little bit ever since then. Of course, it used to be host of the Italian Grand Prix back in 1980, and then from 81 to 2006, it was known as the San Marino Grand Prix. But ever since the fateful weekends of 1994 with the deaths of Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna, it has been redesigned just to help slow the cars down just a little bit. So of course now you got a little bit more chicanes with Tamburello and Villeneuve chicane, and of course probably the Tamburello chicane will be one of the most ideal overtaking spots because you got the long main straight, which has the only DRS zone on the racetrack, and of course we could see some tight action around there. There are some other chances you can try for overtaking. Tosa Corner, if you get a good run out of Villeneuve, and then Aqua Minerale, probably one of the most trickiest areas of racetrack on the track, areas on the track as well. It's a bit of a downhill crest that slopes up, and you got to be very careful how you pinpoint your braking as well. It's very easy to lock up, very easy to lose traction. But if you can get a good run out of there, you can also get a good run towards Variante Alta. But yeah, the track has 3 miles or 4.9 kilometers, 19 turns, and of course a lot of historic corner names, and yeah, it's just a very fast track as well. But not the easiest to overtake. But Flynn, as we could see too, whilst I was going all over that, we've got rain here at Imola.
Yes, we have, and to be honest, I am glad we've got spots of rain because Imola obviously is a track known to have some rain. And on my screen, even though Toby in that McLaren is leaving the pit lane, I don't know if it's me, I could be getting a bit confused, but it does seem it's getting a bit heavy. Don't know about you, but it seems that it's increasing with like wet weather-wise. So is there meant to be a heavy downfall of rain? If so, are they trying to get out on the track like now on the intermediates to set a quick lap time, and then that could be it. But yeah, saying that Toby's gone completely off at turn number 5 and 6 really, so he's kind of struggling to
Villeneuve chicane.
get the he's the Villeneuve chicane. He's trying to get the car into grips, and it's not going well for him. He's kind of struggling, as we saw there.
Yeah, I do see on my end that there are only 2 drivers that have opted to try to go for the wet, and that's Nicholas Boita, who obviously, like I mentioned, has a qualifying ban, but obviously the rule is that you can't really set a lap time. The only thing you can do is just get the feel of the car. You can go do an lap and come back in, but yeah, no, it does look heavier as you have mentioned, and yeah, I would imagine it's probably gonna be a case where the drivers want to get the intermediate times. Well, from what it looks like, get the intermediate times out of the way. That way, in case it does get heavier, because if it does, obviously, if you're on the wets, you're not going to go any quicker than what you're
No.
doing on the intermediates.
But let's see with Toby, shall we? Across the start and finish. Obviously, DRS is disabled as we're in the wet conditions. On the run, down to turns 1 and 2. To be honest, not looking too bad so far. No major issues at the moment. You know, he's managing to keep the car on the black stuff, which is obviously the racing track, which we like to see. He's not doing too bad. Down to the, like you say, the Villeneuve chicane now, and he's actually managed to keep it on the track this time and not go off. So maybe the intermediates are slightly working, because looking at Toby's POV now, it still looks like heavy rain, but it looks like it's backed off a little bit. But I'm not too sure. I could be wrong there. But you've got the sweeping left-hander now coming up on your screens, and yeah, so far not too bad. Turns up to 11, 12 and 13 now. This is a part of the track, this tricky chicane right-hander, where, I don't know if it's yourself, KD, but when I'm like league racing myself, I really struggle on that part of the track, and especially this hairpin chicane bit here. I really struggle there. Like, obviously you got to go right and then go left ever so quickly, and obviously we saw Charles Leclerc in 2022 take it way too aggressive and spin the car around into the barriers of front wing damage. A little bit of a luck up there for Toby, but on the exit of turn number 18 now, to the start and finish he goes. It's probably going to be I want to say a 125 potentially, and it is a 125.4. Can anyone else beat it? Let's have a look, shall we?
We'll see. I mean, of course, probably everyone's on heavier fuel loads,
Yeah.
which would probably make a little bit of sense. That's something I would normally do in league racing. It's just to get heavy fuel loads, get the feel of the car, see how the car feels around the track. As Leo goes to the top of the 125.432. But, yeah, there are some very tricky areas, like I was mentioning too, and like you pointed out as well, like Aqua Minerale, like which is the uphill bit that leads to Variante Alta chicane.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very, very tricky traction zone. And well, not only that, because these guys are using no ABS, it's very easy to lock up as Julian goes to the top with a 25.1. It's very easy to lock up and, yeah, run a bit wide if you're not very careful, for sure. But yeah, it can be very, very tricky, and I imagine it's very much that way in these sort of conditions.
Yeah, and I believe, obviously, I think it was Dominic and some other drivers taking, gaps and attempts on the wet tyres, and it seems it's not worked into their favour at all, because the intermediate seems to be doing the job as Luno in the Aston Martin. There's a 124.2. That's a mega lap time. That's a pretty big gap, I would say. That's around about almost a second. That's around 8/10, but like almost a second, which is absolutely insane lap time, especially in the wet conditions, to take away pole position.
Yeah, I'm also probably thinking that he might have a bit of a lighter car as well, because I noticed he was at 27% on his battery when he crossed the line, so he must have done 2 runs. As Leo's oh my God, Leo's crashed out on the main straight. He's crashed out on the main straight. Wow.
How on earth has that happened? Has he just had a moment and the car's just snapped or something, maybe?
Well, he was nowhere near the corner. That's the thing. He was nowhere near the corner. He just ended up spinning on the right-hand side. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Gee whiz.
Unless it's the game being the game, potentially, but...
I don't think this one's the game being the game. I think it's just him genuinely crashing out.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
that's really, really unfortunate then. Yeah, that's not what you want to see, especially in qualifying. But I believe you are right, because we've got Liam coming across the line now. On P16, he gets to P5, a 125.0. And I believe you are correct. I believe drivers are still going for a few more laps, obviously fueled up. And some are improving and some are not improving. Having a look now, can we find anybody at all? Maybe Riggsy. No, they've invalidated, so they're not really going to improve. They'll go again,
Well,
though.
he is going again. He does have time in hand, so let's see how he does. As it makes its way down towards Tamburello. Oh, they covers a lot of the curve there at Tamburello. I think he might have backed out of it. Actually, no, he's going to keep going. He'll keep pushing. Through Villeneuve chicane, down to third. Flips again on the inside curve there. We'll see what the clock says. Well, he's at a 27.6. Well, fair enough, because, I mean, he hasn't done a lap time just quite yet. As he heads around Tosa, up and over the hill towards Piratella. The fast left-hander there. Flick the car in there. Down to fourth. Up the gears there just a little bit. Modulates the throttle. Got to be careful, though, in these sort of conditions. Down towards Acqua Minerale. Of course, one of the tricky areas of the track, like I've said. Can be quite of a handful if you're not careful.
100%.
As he's apparently purple as well. Oh, but it locks up the rear quite badly there.
I
there
thought he was
towards
spinning around
Varianzi.
there.
Yeah. I have noticed his brake bias looks like he's got it quite high. From what I've noticed here too. Yeah, that's something I have learned as well. Is that apparently those lines mean like a percentage on your off throttle, or no, on throttle end, your brake bias.
He's not happy with his lap time. So Joe
no,
coming
he
across
has
the
backed
line.
out.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he
And
goes
does a
to
24.1.
goes to the top of that time. That was pretty mighty. As Nick crosses the line now in the Williams, 1.5 second improvement, puts in P5 or 124.5. So the margin we're seeing right now is drivers are mainly trying to aim for the 124s as the rain seems to be getting lighter with 9 minutes to go. So maybe there was a heavy period at the beginning, but it's now starting to come down. We see, wow, the Haas on pole position, a 124.0. The first driver to almost be in the 123s. Wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But now we've got Dominic up to the line now on the intermediate tyres. Tried to take a gamble on the wets. Where's he going to go? P4, a 124.2. It's not bad for a first banker. So he's still got a little bit of pace. And Nick, I don't think he's going on another push lap. I don't believe Pravatox is or not. I'm not too sure because the game's telling me that they're improving in Sector 2, but normally that is a lie.
No, Pravatox actually is improving from what I can see. He was purple. Resify goes to the top of the 23.7, so we got 2 drivers now in to the 123 range. I think Pravatox, though, might be the next one to get in there, but I think... Oh!
I don't know if that's the game being the game, you know, saying he's improving, but he's not improving, which can be a bit confusing, if you know what I mean, so... Who knows?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I wasn't questioning it. Yeah. Well, Williams aren't doing too bad, though. They're not normally this high. I don't normally see them this high up in qualifying, but yeah, they're doing a very good job at the moment. They're at 6th and 10th. Very respectable qualifying.
What surprised me is Rixie in that Red Bull, right? You know, he was our favourite at the beginning of the season. You know, how his race pace was and how he was getting on. But going halfway in the season now, I'm not trying to, like, you know, shame any drivers, but is it me or has he kind of lost his touch a bit? If you know what I mean, like he's kind of lost, like, you know, he was quick and now he's quick still, but he's struggling to get to the top again.
I mean, probably he just hasn't been happy with the results he's been getting. I wouldn't put that way with him. He's still a quick driver. I mean, he's up towards the top of the championship for a reason. He's just been very consistent. Yeah, he doesn't really DNF or anything, as far as I noticed, and he's got a couple of wins to his belt. So yeah, no, like I think he'll get up there. But yeah, right now though he's not looking too good. He doesn't have a lap time on the board just yet. But we still got time. We got 7 minutes to go.
I was gonna say,
see how he does.
Luno, a second up on their lap time at the moment, so I believe they are finding race pace, and I believe the track is starting to ramp up and start to get a little bit better for the intermediate tyres. So Luno could possibly be in the 122s,
That's
and
the
he
22s,
is.
and it is.
A 122.7. Wow. Now you can really tell that the track is, you know, revamping up and getting to that stage where, you know, it's a good time to start pushing a bit harder. as we're about to see Broly cross the line very, very shortly. And they're probably going to be in the 123s and the 124s
That's
and the R.
24.
P5. Not bad lap time. Not bad lap time.
Yeah, but still, Luna, that's a really good lap time.
That
Aston
is
Martin though
impressive.
have done really well recently in qualifying for sure, with Brocchi and Luna. The two Italians doing very well in that. Watching Riggs right now, he's purple to the middle sector. Dominic Nielsen goes to second with a 23-1, so he's just a few tenths off. But Riggs though, I think he's the one to keep an eye on at the moment here, as he heads
Yes.
now to the Ravazza corners, Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2. Up to the penultimate core. The final core is actually that little kink, according to the minimap. I don't know why, but it is. Let's see here, Riggs. Up to the line, will set
Oh,
22.9.
it's not bad.
Only 2 tenths off. 2
That's
tenths
a
off, but still.
very good lap time from the Red Bull driver. I believe when, being aboard of Riggs this season, he seems to be more competitive in the wet conditions than, like dry conditions, because he just looks so confident. But to be honest, he looks very confident, very quick in mixed conditions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, I mean, that's something the Finns normally like, is that they like some mixed conditions, as they tend to where they live. Um, let's see here, Belbo B, as he makes his way around the Ravazza 2, will head up towards the start-finish line to set 123.1. Not bad from Belbo B. If I remember, he was one of the drivers that got his first pole at Bahrain a few weeks ago in round 2.
Ooh.
P3 at the moment, still got a bit of ways to go though to get pole.
Yeah, just a bit far back, but it's not too bad of a lap time. They've still got time to go on the track again and set a lap time. But the big question is, it's all about when you need. Oh, I say that. Liam, sorry, he's had a massive drift entering turn number 6. That was a bit of a mighty catch there. I'm glad he managed to catch that, because if he didn't, he was heading off into the gravel trap. But yeah, I believe what I was trying to say is, if you want to be the final driver to be the quickest whilst the track's vamping up and getting less wet on the track, is you want to be the last driver to cross the line. But that can be slightly difficult sometimes, where you can't do that. But the Haas again, Michele across the line, a 122.6. So they are definitely finding lap time out on the track right now. Absolutely insane. Michele has also been a driver to keep an eye on this season. Like at the first part, they weren't really there, but then 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, and they've been there ever since, and that's absolutely insane. And that's what I love to see about this whole entire grid, is how close it can really, really get, which is absolutely fantastic.
I don't know why the Michele is still as a reserve driver when he's been racing for Haas almost the majority of the season he's raced.
I was going to ask the exact same thing. I thought by now, I thought Michele, would have proved himself and given him the chance to get a full-time seat, but you never know what happens in the background of PSGL, awarding drivers seats and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely should have the respect of having a full-time seat at least. But anyway, we got 2.5 minutes to go. I'm right along with Julian. Let's see how he does through the first sector. The clock says he's up by 0.3 of a second to the first sector. Very nicely done there from the Alpha driver as he makes his way through Tosa. So, we'll see how he goes, of course. And yeah, we got a couple of drivers on their laps as well, with Riggs, Lino, and I think Michele might be on. I think he's on another push lap, so we'll keep an eye on him as well. Joe's goes to the top again with a 122.3.
Mega lap time.
0.3 of a second up. As Luno's gone onto the gravel trap.
I was going to say as
dear,
well,
oh
Nathan's
dear,
invalidated as well. That's them done for the moment. But yeah, Luno. What's going on with Luno? Are they finding pressure on the track already? As Belbo V, hello. A 121.9.
21. Yeah, there you go. He's up towards the top. Like I said, Bahrain was the last time he got pole position a few weeks ago.
Julian as well across
as Julian goes second. Yep, and goes P2 with a 22 flat. If he has enough battery, though, he can try to improve if he can. But
Yeah.
yeah, right now we got a minute 18 to go.
That's
So
crazy though.
he
Like I
needs
did
to.
not expect Bell would be on pole position, but the track definitely getting drier now as it has stopped raining. So this is your
It
moment to
has.
get on the track and, you know, let it out.
Yeah, I'm wondering though for some of the drivers if they might have gone out just a little bit too early to do their lap times.
Maybe we'll
Michele
see
will
how
be the
happens.
next across.
Ooh,
Michele goes top with a 121.4.
right. That should surely be Michele done, but Michele, with enough battery, it seems, might go again. Let's see if anyone else can find any more lap time, shall we? Let's
Well,
try and find
Riggs
one
is
of
on
the
another lap.
Mercedes. Broly up to the line.
He's up to 6th position with a 22.8.
Luno starting a
Bellaby's,
lap.
yep, he's on a lap right now. Riggs is down by 21 thousandths of a second
Oh.
on the timing screen at the moment as we speak. Dominic Nielsen's validated, and same with Resify, so that's it for their qualifying efforts. It's pretty much over for them. As Joe, no, I'm sorry, who was that just came across the line there? I think that was, oh jeez, that might have been Dominic Nielsen that came across the line there with a 23.2. And I think that was Julian that might have gone towards a 22 flat. Actually, no, that might have been Apple. I'm sorry, that just being there. 21.9 was the time he just did. So now we got drivers on about still on the laps. Michele's down by 2nd, so he's not going to improve. As Nathan actually goes to the top of the 2nd top with a 21.7. So that's only going to be good enough for at least where he is now. Napple's up by 0.2 of a second to the first sector. As Riggs will end his qualifying lap and doesn't really improve. Stays where he
Michele,
is
no
in
improvement
7th.
there.
Yeah, no improvement for him. He's down by a second from last I checked.
Nick up to P9, a 122.5. Is Luno going
Rookie
to
will come into
challenge? Yes, he does. A
Ludo goes to
120.8.
top.
Wow.
20.8. What a mega
Mega.
lap time there.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
he timed this absolutely. He
Yeah,
timed that perfectly.
100%.
But well, keep your eye on Napo as well because he's up by over half a second. Can he? It's not enough though to challenge for pole, but it's definitely going to be enough, I think, to challenge maybe for the 2nd row.
Potentially,
As
as
he makes his way.
Paratox went P2 and Dominic P3. What can Napal
Napo
do?
across the line.
Only P4.
It's only good enough for 4th.
Wow,
With a
that was
21.269.
a fantastic qualifying to watch to begin with. And Luno, like you said, timed to perfection, goes to the top almost by, is that a second?
2.5
Sorry, 2.5
No,
tenths.
2.5
but
tenths.
A 120.8. That's a really good lap time to find out on the track. But the gaps are pretty spicy and pretty wide open. You know, from P1 down to I want to say 7 today. That's how close the grid is so far. But then obviously the gaps open up as you scroll down, but not by much until you head right to the bottom where Toby not having the best today and kind of struggling. Same with Leo struggling as well, and Resify kind of struggling. You know, in the 23s, 24s, 25s. But obviously, it's not the end of the world because you still got a long race ahead.
Yeah, Resify though, that's the big shock I think.
Yeah.
Down in 16th. And Riggs in 11th. Yeah, they usually are the top drivers in this whole thing. I know Resify isn't close, but
do you reckon that they could potentially been blocked, or they've just not had a great qualifying session to continue and crack on with that? Somewhat
it could have.
rings a bell.
I mean, looking at their laps, I think they were just probably struggling a bit on track,
Yeah,
in my opinion. But if there was any blocking, of course, that will be up to the stewards.
but there we are.
But in the
Some lovely.
But yeah, I said
Italian
Luna was an Italian driver. Sorry, I take that back. He had a Swedish flag, so he's a Swede.
flag. Ooh, very
Sorry, but
nice.
clear conditions here at Imola, so good to see. So doesn't look like we're gonna have a wet weather. Well, at least for now, no wet weather interference here at Imola.
Yeah, I can see that right now. I'm having a look at is it the race director? I believe so. The drivers' tires and that. There's a lot of gambles, I say, at the moment. There's a few drivers on the soft tires, which isn't a bad shout, but I can't go long. There's a lot of drivers going on the hards and then a few on like the mediums. So I'm expecting to see some interesting strategies today. Obviously, our big watches today are going to be obviously Riggs and I'd say Resify, because like you said, one Resify down in P16 in that McLaren, and then Riggs down in P11 in that Red Bull. So that is quite interesting to see the most drivers, but I'll take it away with you. There you go. Hand it over to you, KD.
Yep, 5 red lights, and we are away here at Imola here. Nice start there from Luna on the medium tire as well. As Protox did not get the best of starts there. He's getting swamped there by the Alpine and the Alfa Romeo as they make their way towards Tamburello for the very first time in racing conditions. Everyone trying to get through relatively fine. Oh no, not so much there as the two cars go wide. That was Michele and Dominic Nielsen at the exit of Tamburello, and there's damage towards the back. I can't tell who that was, but I definitely saw an end plate coming off there at the exit of Tamburello. That might have been from Williams, I think.
Let me have a look.
As they now make their way through Tosa for the very first time.
Yeah, Dominic, unfortunately, P20 has got wing damage, but like I said, Paradox is not of a great start, but he is on those hard tyres, and the top two ahead of him are on those mediums. So have a quick look at tyre-wise. Yeah, so the top two on mediums, Paradox on the hards, and then fourth and fifth also on the medium tyres. So Paradox may be under pressure for the next few laps of tyre pace-wise, but no, not a great start for Michele and Dominic. Not a fantastic result that they would have wanted on lap 1 at this moment. So hopefully they can regain some time. Obviously they'll probably be into the pit lane this lap to repair some damage wings and go for a set of different tyres, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, not ideal. Not ideal.
Yeah, no, not at all, for sure. As Luna leads the first lap, but he's under pressure from Julian as they make their way towards Tamburello. Keeps the front of the car at least, but yeah, Provatox, I thought he would lose 2 spots there on the opening lap. He only lost 1 though to Julian, which
not too bad, is it?
No, it's not too bad at all. But yeah, no, being the worst out of the whole starts, Michele's dropped down 12 and Dominic Nielsen, yeah, dropping down 14 spots. Getting involved in some incidents there at Tamburello. As we got some battles on the midfield as well. Riggs up a couple of spots there, up to 9th place. Trying to battle with Joe's and the Ferraris. They make their way through Piratella. Can't get through there. Has to stay behind. Has now make their way down to Aqua Minerale for the second time here in this race.
And what's quite interesting is that Dominic hasn't boxed. They've stayed out, so maybe they
Oh,
can...
an Apple spun! He's spun!
Oh,
he has spun
no.
at Variante Alta. I wonder if there was contact there with B. I wonder if there was a bit of contact between him and the Merc, because they worked relatively close.
There could have
been. Well, the way the car was positioned, I think there might have been some sort of incident.
But look at this,
Judging by
Julian all over the back of Luna right now as we make our way down to turn 1. And we've got a new race leader in the Alfa Romeo.
Yep.
You know, the top 2
Yeah, Julian's not
trying to, I'd say, fight it out, but not fight it out, if that makes sense. They don't want to be too aggressive. But Belwaby is peaking and nibbling away at that 1 second, but is then dipping behind out of the 1 second. So if this keeps happening, then Paradox could do what he needs to do and stay with the top 2. They could just run away, and it could be an easy win-win situation unless we get any safety cars.
Well, so far, excuse me, so far, yeah, it seems like everyone's keeping it somewhat tidy. No damage from what I can tell from Belwaby's car, at least from the front wing of that Merc. So, if there is an incident, we'll see.
Too aggressive on the curb or something, maybe that spun him around?
Well, the way the car was positioned, he was positioned in the middle of the grass at the apex of the first bit of Variante Alta.
It might have been, it must have been a punt from behind then, surely, like, because... Yeah,
it could have been a punt from behind, or if that was a mistake, well, I don't know how he did it, but he did it anyway.
I mean,
but Provatox,
we won't question it. We won't question it.
Well, Provatox right now is in a very good spot because he's got DRS and is keeping touch with the top 2. As Michele sets the fastest lap. Joe's meanwhile overtaking Liam in the AlphaTauri there. They made contact there, and I think Liam's gone off a little bit. He's lost a few spots with that bit of contact.
Wow, he's now down to P12 after that incident with one of the drivers of Joe, sorry, in that Ferrari. But wow, that was crazy. And now looking up the inside is Brandox, my fan favorite, to be honest. He's been really well this season. I believe he's on the hard tires, and he likes to pick his moments, doesn't he? He just likes to chill behind, wait and see what happens, and wait for that gap to open. As ooh, McKaylee,
3-second penalty, and running wide, that's Riggs in the Red Bull out of Aqua Minerale. Getting caught up there, but he gets back on the track safely. Oh yeah, if you want to show the tires as well, one of the comments is saying that show tires.
Let's have a look at the lovely tires. There we are. Everyone on the mediums and hards. There's only one driver on the soft tire at the Memento. And I believe Luno might go for a switch here for the lead. He's quite close to the rear wing of Julian. And down to turn one. Pretty easy, simple move. And yeah. But we've got a battle happening for P8, P9 at the moment. That's our
Pilator.
Yeah, our Pilator up into P8 now, getting past that Mercedes. And
that's a moment there from Resified. He's cut the track there. Gets back on, but he's gonna lose potentially 2 spots. Make that 3. Here comes Toby. Inside, but he can't make it done. Both McLarens are now side by side through Villeneuve, but one of them gets in front, and that is Toby.
Leo getting involved, but not able to go side by side. But we're getting McLaren teammate action, you know, aggressive racing between those two, and also Haas aggressive racing. So drivers not wanting to leave the door open for their teammates, but that really helps Brandox. You know, slips on through. And up to P11 now, as we saw one of the McLarens go way wide there. And I believe that was Toby that went wide, because he's now gained a time penalty of 3 seconds, which would have been
3-second time penalty.
Which isn't ideal, that's not what you want. But Pravatox managing to clench on right now and stay with the top 2 on those hard tyres. Obviously, that's not ideal for the top 2, because they should be pulling away from the hards, but if that doesn't happen, as we're going to see Riggs now down to turn 1, and also the Ferrari,
and maybe Joe's as well. No, not quite.
I believe Joe could get past here. He needs a mega exit, but he's not close enough to get it done. But they look a bit close for comfort, and I thought it was going to happen, but unfortunately not. But he could have a lunge up the inside if he's close enough, and he's not. So he'll stay behind for now.
Yeah, which he isn't. Yeah, he's not quite close enough. But yeah. Top 4 definitely pulled away from Riggs there, but Riggs has gained quite a bit of spots in fairness. After starting 11th up to 5th, now he's done a very superb job. And same with Brandox, after getting a qualifying ban, up to 10th place. He's gained at least 9 spots, I think, if I'm correct, so far in this quali session. No, he's gained 10. I'm sorry, he did start genuinely last. That was Nicholas Boyer, started 19th. But Nicholas Boyer, yeah, not doing too well on those soft tires. Soft tires down in 18th. Yeah, he needs to catch up a little bit if he wants to try at least salvage something in this race. Meanwhile, though, towards the front, we might have another battle for the lead. Well, another swap maybe, as Julian's right behind. Just a little bit too far back. Riggs, though, does set the fastest lap. He is catching, though, the top 4.
Yes.
He is definitely making ground for sure. So keep your eyes on the Red Bull, our current championship leader. But right now, as it stands, if it were to be resulted in this way tonight, I think Pravatox would take the championship lead by just a couple of points. And Riggs would drop down to at least 2nd.
Yes, I believe so, because I believe he's only, what, is it 2 points behind at the moment? So I believe that is confirmed correct, I think. Doing my maths quickly. Yeah, that is right, yeah. So if Pravatox stays where he is right now, and obviously gains on gains on 2 more positions to potentially win the race, then you are correct. He would go ahead and lead the championship, which would be insane, because I think every single race we almost had a different championship leader almost, which is crazy.
Oh, we had a couple times, yeah. Some moments of championship swaps.
Brandox and P10s have got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and that will be for going off and on the track. And speaking of that Red Bull, KD, look how much he's caught up, draining that battery, and he's 1.2 seconds behind the top 4. So he is pushing the limits, and he's making a redemption for some issues he's had with the last few races with his results, as we saw switch there Luno getting overtaken by the Alfa Romeo, and now Pravatox
Yep.
trying to turn the heat up now on lap number 8, and as those hards now coming into play, which they should be.
I probably would say so, but I did see Brandox overtake Brokey, and I think Resify just overtook Liam, whilst we saw that as well on the timing screens. But yeah, no, the hard tire though looking pretty good for Pravatox. He will go to a set of mediums soon, of course, and he'll go to the end of the race on those tires. And yeah, oh, and a big moment from Julian. He's
Oh.
gone wide. He's gone completely wide. He's lost the lead at the exit of Aqua Minerale. Through goes Luna, through goes Pravatox and Bell B.
Oh,
And Julian's
no.
down to 4th.
Julian
And now
will
Race
be-
is now into the picture.
Yeah, Julian will not be happy with that one, and we could actually get a new race leader, and this time it could be Pravatox in the Ferrari. He's only around about 3/10 behind at the moment. He's switched on that battery, so he's going to go for it, you know, and he's going to have the very helpful, useful DRS down the straight, down to toe when we go.
And look
There
at
goes the
that.
Ferrari.
Absolutely straightforward move.
Yeah.
Ferrari now takes the lead of the race. Pravatox takes the lead on lap 9 of 32.
Wow.
One of the most consistent drivers on the grid. Makes it work there, and now he's in the race lead.
So did
And
you
with
actually
just
see
a long way to
what
go.
happened with Julian? Like, did he like take too much curb, or did he
He-
just lose the back end or something? Because I didn't actually see what happened.
He lost the back end of the exit of Aqua Minerale.
Ah, yikes.
Is what happened. Yeah, he went wide onto the grass on the right-hand side. He tried to come back on, and then
Oh, I think he has damage
yeah.
because he's let through Nathan there. So I think Julian is suffering with some sort of damage because he's let Nathan through. Unless
interesting.
that was,
I
unless
di-
that was.
I didn't see.
you
I
know,
didn't see him
through-
at the wall though.
through-
Sorry to interrupt you, but I didn't see him at the wall
No, that's fine.
or anything.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just thinking it right now. Like, did he let Nathan through because I don't if it was coming to the end of a very sharp corner and he didn't want to get caught up in any incidents, maybe. But Pravatox, he is on a mission right now. 9
He does have damage. You are spot on. He's got damage.
Oh, damn.
I was gonna mention that because I saw him. The car looked really understeery. I don't know if he got that from. I don't know if he hit the wall though. I didn't quite catch that. It didn't look like it to me.
Actually, he might have had a. I don't know. He might have had a game bug. Because.
No, he's got damage.
Because
What?
he doesn't have damage. What?
Yeah.
I am really
Well-
confused. Unless it's like light
Well,
fracture or wing damage.
Well, the thing is that if it's light damage, you can't really see it from a spectator
Oh, yeah,
POV.
true.
Then you do. Yeah. So
I mean,
he could have had minor contact with the wall, and it probably was enough for him to get damage.
I know this
Or either that he might.
could be a weird speculation, but where the Ferrari is now, around this track, as
Toby's
Toby
out.
has retired.
Toby's
he
out.
has.
He's crashed
And that's
at the
brought
exit
out a
of
safety car.
Piratella, and he's got a safety car. Yeah, safety car's been deployed.
Oh no! Oh my goodness, Toby will definitely not be happy with that. And I'd say it right now, whoever's on those hard tyres will definitely not be happy, and that'll be Pravatox. Not happy at all, and he's into the pit lane
He's-
to switch to the mediums very early on. And of course, the medium runners who are struggling with tyre wear, or their tyres are coming to end of life, shall we say, also into the pit lane as Brandox carries on to switch to those
Yep,
hard
he
tyres.
takes the lead. Yep, he takes the lead. Resify stays out as well.
But yeah, with
Yeah,
this track,
everyone's
it can be a
switching
bit
to-
weird because there are a few bumps here and there. Like I was doing a bit of a race yesterday, or today, shall I say, and I came to turns 14 and 15, right? Was driving just in a straight line, and then for a split second, my car was airborne. The front wing was just airborne, and I was like, "Huh?" So I don't know if that's happened to him, but like, the car just went airborne.
Well,
Completely airborne.
I don't know how he's done it though at the exit of Piratella, because the way
Yeah.
he had his car, he was way off the racetrack on the right hand side, which is something I don't ever see. I usually, if there's a crash at Piratella, I normally see it at the left hand side at the exit of the corner. But it looked like he just went straight on or something.
It did, didn't it? Which is a
But-
bit interesting, but hey ho. sometimes it can be driver error or
Mm.
something like that. But if he does have damage, which is likely not to be, because obviously he came into the pit lane for a switch to the medium tyres and it wasn't, but we don't know, it could be. It could be a good chance to box, potentially, but it might be too late for that as he's on his strategy, which is obviously hard to the end of the race. But maybe he cooked his medium tyres, potentially, and that lost him grip, or I don't know, traction. I'm not too sure, but I really want to know what's happened there,
Traction, really.
because he really
My
lost
guess
race
is
pace.
traction. Interesting. But yeah, Brandos Reservoir, they stayed out. They don't think it's the opportunity for them to get in just quite yet, which I think is the I mean, in their situation, they're a bit stuck on that.
Yeah.
You're on the hard tire, and you can't really pit this early. It's too early. I mean, Provotux just took it just because, you know, he doesn't want to be a pit stop behind, which is fair enough. But then again, those medium tires, they're not going to be great towards the end of the race.
No. they've got
Unless he
roller
gets
skates.
another... Yeah, they'll probably be like roller skates, exactly. But yeah, no, if... But yeah, no, well, it's towards the end it could be. Because, as we know from the tire wear in this game, it is quite harsh if you get above 30% tire wear, which is quite interesting for a game for a game like this. As Boyda goes back into pit lane, he's on the medium tires. Honestly, I think that would have been the wise thing for him to do. Just go for that. Why not? Just go for whatever you can.
I mean, what is also interesting is, not interesting, but of course it helps out the bottom lot, is Dominic and Michele. Obviously they had contact with a few drivers on lap 1 at turn 1 and 2. And then on exit, of course, on obviously 3 and 4. That lost them a few positions. But now they can repair their front wings, get on their tyres that they're required to get on for the end of this race, and now just fully on push through.
Yeah, absolutely. No, the safety car does help them out, so that they can try to do whatever they can to salvage their race.
And hopefully it should be in this lap. But I don't think it is going to be.
I have a feeling it's going to be a late call because Nicholas Boyd is just approaching the queue.
You're a mind reader. Fantastic, KB.
I've seen this way too many times with Codemasters. It doesn't even come too naturally anymore. It just I could just read out the top of my head, I guess, or the back of my head. I don't know. Whatever the case may be. But anyway, Brandox leads the field. We're back on the green once again here at Imola on lap 13 of 32.
Got over 20 laps to go. Launch here as Nathan's up into P4 for the time being, but Luno trying, and the Alfa Romeo actually getting involved with the Red Bull behind. Pelator actually going wheel to wheel now with Riggs and managing to get around that Red Bull and up into P6, and Nathan up to P4, but Pravatox really putting pressure on the cars up ahead. He's actually going to try for a late move there, but the door got a slam dunk there. Wow, but he's going to try wheel to wheel now. And
he's got the traction though, thanks to the mediums. And there you go, he's now into P2.
That was a bit close though. I thought if Pravatox moves again, he'll be in the next universe. But now, Brandox under humongous pressure, and Nathan comfortably sitting in P3 and doing a stellar job. And Resify, where has Resify come from? Has he actually boxed? He hasn't boxed yet, so
no, no, he hasn't boxed.
But obviously
he's just tumbled down.
The drivers that box later when they haven't will have the tyre wear and race pace to hopefully contend and clutch for some points. But Nathan right on that gearbox, as you can see, of that Ferrari as we make our way down to turn 1, and that's the Ferrari getting by.
To take the lead. Here he goes,
Wow.
He takes the race lead, and Nathan follows behind as well.
And now
he goes
Luno
into
getting
P2.
involved
Luno
with
up to...
Reservoir.
Oh, that's a touch. That's a bit of a touch there between the McLaren and the Aston. And the McLaren just gets split between the Ferrari and the Alpha.
Just gets swallowed up, you could
drops
say.
down to 9.
Like in one corner.
Oh, he got absolutely swamped.
One corner he was like 3rd or 4th, and then the next bit, like you said, down to P9. That is insane. So Obviously, he's probably thinking, I really should have boxed, but it's too late now. Head down, crack on, and Julian up into P9. Aston Martin not looking too bad. Of course, Brandox needs to still box, so he's going to be a little bit slow. So if they're both in a cool, they don't really want to hold Luno up. So mainly, Brandox wants to let his teammate through for a good result here, as Luno has really been showing that today.
Yeah, it was our pole sitter, of course, and earlier. He's right now right behind his teammate, like you have said. But yeah, I probably would say that Aston Martin do need to make a switch here.
Yeah.
As oh god, I've got that audio glitch again.
I have got
But-
it too. It's really annoying, but
Yep.
unfortunately, there's not much we can do.
Yeah, because it's Codemasters, obviously. As Tuka overtakes Liam, and Liam overtakes Resify, there for 11th place. But yeah,
Resify
DRS is
still
enabled
out.
now.
Yeah, that's true, and obviously, yet to box on strategy-wise is Brandox, and I believe it's Resify yet to box. So, if I'd say it,
Correct.
lap 15, they need to start boxing, thinking about boxing very, very shortly, because if they take it too soon, it could really ruin their race.
I
running out of
honestly
laps.
would just pit now.
Yeah,
I'd pit now and just get off those tires.
That's
They're
what
just
I'm
too old,
thinking.
and they're too old, and plus they're gonna be really slow, as you can see there. Look at Luno's pace compared to his teammate. Just how he brakes so later because of the well, he's got more grip and more life on those tires compared to his teammate.
Liam
But
up
yeah,
into P10 now, getting past,
He's up to 10th.
how do you say their name?
Tuka.
Tuka, there we go. And I'll get there one day with pronouncing names, but we'll see how we get on. And Brandox, he's still staying out.
Yes.
I'd say it's a bad
and,
move
well,
because now he's going to get swallowed up on this straight. Because look, Luno's through, the Ferrari's through, the Alpha's through, everyone's going through. And the Alpha might challenge Joe here down to turn 1. And that's the yellow
Michele's
flag,
out
so
of the
Michele's
race.
out.
Oh,
After
that's
retirement in the pit lane.
pits.
I thought we were
I
going to get
thought that
another
was on the
safety
straight
car.
for a second.
I think
Yeah.
Brandox would have been very happy with that. But Michele, he's done and dusted. And yeah, we shall see them next week as Dominic Nelson up into P13 and Resify now down to 14th. I don't get why they're not boxing. Are they trying to hold out for another safety car? Because if they are, that is a really bad call, as Leo's going to try and get around the McLaren for grip-wise, and he does. Up into P14 he goes. They really need to start boxing now, as Resify now gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. This is not going well for
No, this is
Resify. But for Brandox, he's got a penalty, but it's not too bad for him, because now he's in a DRS train where he can try and stay on those tyres a little bit longer and potentially go for a push to the soft tyre, which might be pushing it just a little bit. But he needs to come to the pit lane. I'd say this lap. He needs to come in now. And he's still staying out.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's gambling on a safety car, which, as you said, is
And
I think a
Riggs
bad idea.
On for
Riggs
the
gets
P6
through.
now. Bumblebee,
Yep, he's up to
not
6.
close enough. But
No,
yeah,
not
he
close
needs to
enough,
box
but
in.
oh, Brandox
Oh
makes a
my.
mistake. He went all over the curve there, the entry to Tamburello, and there goes Bellamy and Julian as well in the process.
Now he needs to
Yeah,
box.
Yeah, well, he beached himself on the curve at entry though. Yeah, he went completely off. Oh yeah, if you want to show tires again, the comment section is asking still for it.
Yeah, I can do. I can show tires again. That's fine. There we are. So a bit of a weird one. So obviously everyone on like more mediums, 6-lap mediums, and half the grid on like 6, 7-lap hards, and then you got Brandox and Resify, which are still out on the track with 16-lap hard tires. That must feel absolutely dreadful. No grip. But riding on board with the Aston Martin, the tyres don't look too bad in shape, but obviously we won't see much because we're in spectator view. But yeah, and he needs to box now because after having, like you said, that moment at turn 1, getting mounted on the curb, not ideal, and he's going now. But no,
Yeah.
he's staying
I
out
think-
again.
And I think we've been keeping our eyes off of the lead because we've had Nathan take the lead a couple laps ago.
I didn't realise
when
that.
we yeah, no, we were keeping eyes on other stuff that was happening, but yeah, no, he took the lead on lap 15 or lap 16, I believe. He's right now in the lead. 4/10 is the margin between himself and Provotox. You got Luna behind on the hards. And I think right now Luna, I think in my opinion, is in the best position
Yeah,
because
they
of
can
him.
just chill.
And yeah, and he can go to the end on those tires. He won't have to worry about tire wear, but the
You
cars
say-
around him will have to.
Yeah, I mean P1 and P2 not too bad at the moment. You know, they've still got tyre life in those tyres because they're on 7-lap medium tyres at the moment. But like you say, towards the end of this race, Luno will have the upper hand and advantage. And
Yeah,
maybe
definitely
Riggs as
for
well
sure.
in P6 on those hard tyres. And what about Bumblebee? Could
Yeah.
Bumblebee come into play here as well on those hards?
Oh, definitely. I would say that these drivers can definitely be into play. And right now, though, they are in DRS range. So that is the most crucial bit for those drivers as well. But yeah, everyone in the top 5, apart from Luno, is not in the most ideal spot with those medium compound tires.
Not
And right
at
now, on
all.
lap 19, and lap 19, 32. Oh, hello. Oh, that's Tuka going off into the pit lane. Rezify getting overtaken. I think I saw someone go off just briefly there. I think Julian made a slight mistake in the background. I just noticed there because I thought I saw a car go a little bit wide. He's down to 8th. He's actually lost, not down to 8th. He's been in 8th. He just lost a bit of time. But now he's got
Yikes.
that time back. But yeah, now we got this whole train of 8 cars lined up here. so
How
far.
crazy is that? This is what like surprises me. Like, you know, you're just chilling here doing commentating, and then, you know, you're just watching a little train and you don't realize that this train is all the way to P1. This train's at P1, which is absolutely crazy. So if you just sit back and relax, obviously in this train right now, if we go to tires again, there's going to be obviously 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 drivers on the hard tires and 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4 drivers on the mediums as well. So it's kind of like a 50-50 chance at the moment which tyre is going to be the best. But if it was my opinion, and agreeing with you, as Joe's getting very close to Aston Martin, but not close enough, and Paradox 2 taking the lead at turn 1. That was fantastic move there. I think the hards will be the best bet to finish off at.
Yeah, absolutely. Because remember, those drivers that pitted on the medium tires pitted along with the hard runners on lap 10 during the safety car period.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the main thing to keep an eye on that. But yeah, right now the Luna looking very good. The Swede right now holding off in 3rd, as we might have a change here as Riggs going to the inside of the Alfa Romeo into Piratella, but he can't find a way by there into Piratella. He's not close. Yeah, he wasn't close enough. Unfortunately, he tried, but yeah, no, could not get the move done there by the Finn. Has to stay behind the Italian.
But yeah, that is pretty impressive.
Oh, spin. That's Brokey.
Oh, there is a spin, and that is Brokey.
Yeah. Yep, in the Mercedes. He spun at Aqua Minerale. That's the entry towards it. That's very unfortunate there. Down in 16th place. Hasn't really been the best of races for Brokey, at least. Nathan, though, line up another move here on Provotox. This has been a good race for Nathan so far. He needs a good race so far. It hasn't been the best season for him. But right now, he's in the race lead.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's going to be tough, though, for sure, to hang on if he can.
And obviously, if these two keep fighting, they're going to use a lot more of their, you know, tires, which will be a big crash on tire wear and stuff like that, because obviously I believe, is it the reeds that are used a lot more on this track at the back? So of course back tires going to be screaming for help. Lap 21, not many more racing laps to go, and like you said, Luno just chilling right now, and obviously drivers around them trying to do the same. But what I am seeing is that PA is unfortunately being dropped. He is out the 1 second gap, but now has popped back in the 1 second gap, so never mind. Everything should be nice and done, and a nice train forming again at the end, like a little choo-choo train. So as we come out of turn 1, look at those lovely cars. Just look at that. Absolutely fantastic.
Yep, they're all just making their way down the main straight. Lap 22-32. We got 11 more laps to go here. That's Oh, and Imola's Luno looking for a move. Here comes Provotox to the outside at Tamburello. He now makes it work. He's up into the race lead again. But Nathan's not quite done. Luno's not done either. He's alongside the AlphaTauri, but he can't get by here. Not into Villeneuve.
Ooh.
Oh, that is very tight. He goes off onto the curb, and through goes El Pilator for third place.
And look out for the Ferrari of Joe trying to go around the outside now on those medium tyres. He's got to try and take it down to 8 and 9 and 10. But the Ferrari just not close enough. And he could get a nice little switch here. But he just can't get the move done. But that was fantastic. But now Bumblebee on Riggs. Oh my goodness. That was close for them too. Did you see that? Because
yeah,
Riggs had to completely get off the power there. That was crazy.
That's a committed move there by Bumblebee. Around the outside, lead to Aqua Minerale. You don't ever see that too often. But a very good move as well. But yeah, top 3, still close. I kind of feel like we've been saying this as a broken record, really. But it's pretty much been the story of the race so far.
Don't know what you're on about. It's not a broken record, Kappa. We've been, not saying it so much, but obviously it's absolutely crazy. But Riggs losing out to Bumblebee. Oh, Nathan going for P1 again down to turn 1. He does take that. And obviously, of course, El Pilator up into P3. But Luno, crucially, in P4 after having a fight with the AlphaTauri. And then getting, you could say, caught out slightly by the Alfa Romeo, just going through and taking that position. But, yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And, yeah, so far I really haven't seen too many changes, apart from just little mistakes here and there, and mainly changes for the race lead between Provotox and Nathan. But nothing too major for now. But yeah, Nathan still leads this train. Provotox in second, and El Pilator in third. El Pilator, remember, he did get a podium last week after being last at one point at Japan, and he got saved by a safety car, and that helped him get a podium and finished in third. Right now he's looking probably at another third place finish, but that's if he can keep it though. But right now, there's still a lot of other cars that can fight for that position, or potentially fight for the race win, of course. As yeah, now we make their way down the main straight again, lap 24 of 32. We've got about 9 more laps to go here at Imola.
That is very true, and that Alfa Romeo in P3 is looking very, very race pacey at the moment, and could be a contender to take P2 away from Provotox. Provotox now just probably saving the battery.
Oh,
and he was looking there. I did see that. He was looking.
Yeah.
I thought he was
did
going to
look
send
for
it,
a brief moment.
but he didn't send it, which was quite nice. But Bumblebee not doing too bad.
I think he might have got tagged there.
Oh, really?
I think he might have got tagged. It looked like he did. I'm not sure. He lost the back end at that Tosa. I don't know if he got tagged by Luno there to turn 7. But he's still going, obviously.
But
yeah,
Joe, all at the back of Luno. Luno could lose out another position here if that Ferrari. And I say that.
Oh, Bumblebee's got a time penalty.
That is not going to help towards the end of this race. So even if Bumblebee got up into like P2 or 3, that's really not going to help, because I'll just drop back down again. So now Bumblebee on lap 24 to 25 shortly has got a lot of work to do now. A lot of work.
Yeah, and the worst he's probably going to drop down to is probably 9, because Napple isn't far away from this train either. And he's actually caught up to the train, I think.
Oh, damn,
but he doesn't have DRS. Yeah, but he hasn't got DRS. That's the only part. He hasn't got DRS to be in this sort of train just quite yet. So he's a bit hot now to dry. But yeah, the car's still making their way through Tamburello. Yep, car's making it through Tamburello. And here comes El Pilator. At the second time I've seen him try to look for a move to the left-hand side. Can't go find anything. But yeah, wisely backs out of that.
I mean, it's the best thing you can do. If you don't want to send it and take someone out, just back out and wait for the next lap, Like everyone says, the finish is not lap 1. It's all the way down to, lap 32. So, the race, there's still a few more laps to get your head together, get some battery saved up and go for it, as we're about to go to lap 26. But this is going to be a spicy battle, because can you imagine, right? If the top 3 or top 4, top 5 had a moment, as I say that, El Pilator on the exit of turn number 15, he almost lost out there. And now Luno under
Oh,
attack.
Luna's gone off. He's
Luna's-
gone off the track.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. He's gone off at Ravazza 1. He's dropped down to 9th
Oh
place.
my-
A critical error. A critical error for the Aston Martin driver, who looked like he was a potential
No.
winning position, has lost out as he goes down to 9th.
That's insane. I did not expect that from Luno, but I think he just got a bit too much on the brake or something. I think did he lock up? There was no contact on my screen, so I think he locked up and went straight
No,
on.
he
then.
just went straight on. That was just a genuine mistake.
Man.
Just going straight off at turn.
Well, he's still got
turn
time.
17.
If he can catch up and get a few overtakes done here and there, he could potentially get a good finishing position, as he needs to remember. Bumblebee had the time penalty.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, the top 3 now, it's just Nathan, Provitos, El Pilator still.
Yeah.
Joes isn't far behind. He's also on the main tire. Just keep that in mind. And then you got the hard runners of Bellevue, Riggs, Julian, and Napple. And yeah, Luna though, he's kind of lost out a bit. He's 1.2 seconds behind. He needs to catch back up if he wants to get DRS range. As I say that too, Providox is in a bit of trouble because he's about 1 second over that DRS range, and I don't think he's gonna get DRS here.
Let's have a look, shall
That's
we?
gonna lead Nathan. No, he's not going to get it. He's not in that range. And here comes El Pilator with the DRS, and he's
And there
gonna
he is.
slingshot by. Yep, slingshot by the Ferrari. He's up to 2nd place.
Obviously,
And meanwhile, Riggs.
yep, he's
to
now
5th
making
place.
positions on Bumblebee. Was that a position up on Bumblebee? Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Up into P5. Oh, Julian. Look at Julian getting involved now. Going wheel to wheel
Oh,
on
that's
this part
ballsy
of the
there.
track, and Julian's
Oh,
off.
but he goes into the gravel trap. He gets back
Naples
on.
through, though. Look at Naples. Can I just imagine, right? Naples came up in P9. He's already fighting with these guys and trying to get moves done here and there. Naples also driving to keep an eye out, as he's also on those hard tyres. They're going to go wheel to wheel again. And is the Alpine going to get ahead of the Alpha? And he does for P7. It's all happening on lap 27. Chaos
Yeah.
between drivers and everything. Some stewards may be busy tonight.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if it is the case. I think it's just really, a lot of this I think it's just hard racing, but I feel like that Julian Napple incident
yeah.
might get reported. There,
I mean, it
because
could
he
do.
was forced off.
But like you said, some drivers, hard racing at the moment, but a few reports could happen here and there. Riggs might get in a fight here with the Ferrari, as Joe has lost out to DRS. He's about 1.6 seconds behind the drivers ahead, and there he goes up into...
Oh, contact there! Bumblebee has spun the Ferrari.
Oh.
There at Tamburello. Oh no, he did not leave him any room whatsoever there. I don't think he did, at least from what it looked like to me. I was on board with the Ferrari. It looked like the Mercedes just turned in, just wasn't clear of him. That might be an incident report coming his way as well.
I would say
for
so.
Bumblebee.
That is really,
That is
really gutting, though. I think Bumblebee will be thinking, "What has happened? Why have I, why have I done that? Why didn't I back off?" But drama happening. Joe with such a great race now falls out of the points, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is incredibly unfortunate for him and for Ferrari as well. Not going to get that many points unless Provatox can hang on where he is in 3rd. Right now as it stands though, Riggs though just hanging on by a thread. And I think at the moment he still will keep the lead of the championship. Just for now, unless some position changes do happen here.
It's all happening though. It's all crazy. Look at the Alfa Romeo going down to turn 1. Lap 29, he gets it
takes
done.
back into the race lead.
Oh,
And to
now it's
Tamarel,
getting
nicely
spicy.
done.
And Julian up
And
to
Julian
P6 now.
overtakes Snapple.
And Liam up
takes
to
a-
P9.
takes- Yeah, it takes away the position from Napple, I should say. But yeah, there you go. Nicely
So
done
much
there.
happening. My brain's gonna explode in a minute. I don't know what to keep on board. Do I keep on board with P1? Do I keep on board with P7? Do I keep on board with P9? It's just... it's all crazy.
Well,
But it's
yeah.
happening as Riggs is now about to slowly try and push ever so hard to get in under that 1 second. And obviously on those hard tyres should have the advantage of tyre wear, as is almost going to be around about 3 more laps of racing when we cross the line. And Riggs is crucially under a second, where he will get the lovely advantage of DRS. How crazy is this going to be?
But he doesn't have battery though. That's the problem
true.
he's got. The
Might have
top
to
three
save
have
this lap.
more battery. The top three have a lot more battery than he does. Well, until lap 30, 32, 3 more laps to go here. But I'm wondering too, with these being runners, how are their tires? Is the question.
Must be screaming for help, as Riggs is already 6/10 behind, so he's able to.
Julian
So-
Napple side by side, as I see. As Joe's out of the race, he's in the pits. He's had enough. I almost got
I
too
mean,
excited
I can
there for a brief
understand
moment.
that. I can understand if he's had enough, you know. Looking at that, Stewart's will be quite busy and deeply looking to that one. But Riggs, he is finding that race pace. I think the tyres now on those mediums are starting to wear off, and Riggs will start getting better exits than the drivers up ahead, which is quite unfortunate, but it happens.
Right now, he's not really in a position to overtake anybody just because he's going to be almost in the middle of this train. You can't really do much in this sort of situation. That yellow flag is just because of Joe's AI coming out of the pit lane. That's why, if you want to know in the audience. But yeah, right now though, definitely no safety cars from me on this point. We're going to be having 2 laps to go. And right now, it's looking like a battle between El Pilator and Nathan. They are the most likely people to be battling for the race win. Can neither one of these two get their first race win? They haven't got that yet. And I mentioned before about Nathan's little bit of bad luck in this season.
Yeah.
Can he get the best result he has, which
I
is
think
a
he could,
race
you know.
win? He could.
Alfa Romeo does have
Wait
more
to
battery
see.
than him, though.
He does, yeah, you're right. He's got 65%, but Nathan will have battery and DRS to help him out.
Yeah, and we know it's quite powerful in this game, and Riggs isn't able to optimize and close up to that rear wing of Pravotox, and Pravotox as well. Starting to push a little bit more on those tyres now, and this last...
Oh, and a mistake there from El Pilator. He's gone
Oh.
wide. He's gone very
Oh,
wide.
no.
He's got that cost him time, but he's still in position to stay ahead for the race lead.
Here we go.
But that's brought Nathan it's brought him closer. It's brought
Go for
Nathan
it.
closer.
Make your predictions now, KD. Who do you think's going to take it? Nathan or El Pilator?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you can't count out Pravotox either.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm probably betting on the Ferrari, but I don't know.
Here we go, then.
I don't want to make too many predictions there.
Exit
for
of
the final
18.
lap.
Battery's
Yep,
on.
here we go.
Is
The
Yapatari
battery's
going to
on.
close? He's not closing
Can
much,
he get
actually.
close enough? No, not by much. Well, he's not in a position to overtake the Italian. No, he can't. He's
Oh.
not close enough into Tamburelli. He has to stay behind. He needs to pray for a good run somewhere and pray the Alpha makes another mistake like he did at Piratella. He is solo. Oh, but he makes a bit of a mistake there.
Oh.
He loses the back end. Pravotox looking, can't find a way by into Tosa. He has to stay behind the AlphaTauri, but he gets the traction at the exit of Tosa. But again, he's not close enough. And I think if this keeps it as it is, this might have sealed it there for El Pilator to win this race. But he needs to get through a few more turns. He's got just about 4 crucial corners to go through. And he gets through a very Alta, very nicely done. Now he just needs
Pravotox's got
Ravazza
a
1
really
and
good
2.
run. Pravotox's got a really
He
good
does
run on the
have a good run.
AlphaTauri.
He's coming to the outside into
Oh,
Ravazza 1.
there's
Oh,
contact.
they made contact. He can't get through. He stays behind in third, but out in front is El Pilator, who crosses the line and wins the Italian Grand Prix in front of his home fans. And a fantastic victory for the Alfa Romeo driver as Nathan finishes in second, and while that gets disintegrated by the Alfa Romeo front. Pravotox in third, but could not find a way through. He tried on the last lap. He couldn't find a way by there at Ravazza 1. Riggs finishes in fourth. A great recovery after having a struggle qualifying. Naples in fifth, Luno sixth, Julian seventh, and then Belbaby drops down to eighth because of penalties.
Yeah, I mean, That was absolutely crazy. Drivers though, I'd say they were fine, but maybe just ever so slightly the Stewards may look at the final turn with Pravatox and
Mm.
Nathan, only because when I was riding on board of those two, Pravatox did go off the track, if that makes sense. So
He was on the curb. He was on the
yeah,
curb.
it's
I mean,
marginal,
that
but it's
was a
defending
bit
at
of
the
a
end of the day.
marginal one.
But we'll see what
It's a
happens.
hard place to it's a hard place to overtake. That's definitely for sure.
He got a good
But
run though. I
never
was pretty
mind
impressed
that.
with that.
But yeah, no, best result for Nathan as well, finishing in second. Finally gets a good result. But El Pilator put it third place last week in Suzuka and wins in front of his home crowd and finishing with a race win. Not a
Yeah.
bad day for Italy because also a Ferrari got third with Provatox.
Very good result.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we'll go through the results here real quick. Weirig's finishing in fourth, Naples fifth, Ludo in sixth place. Oh, what could have been there for Luna though if he didn't make a mistake there. Ravazza won on lap
Would've been
27 or 28. Yeah, Julian seventh, Bellamy eighth, dropping down because of Pence. Leo, good result after starting 17th, finishing in 9th. Liam in 10th, followed by Dominic Nielsen, Brandox, Nicholas Boyer, Nick Kenshin, Roki Tuka, Rezify, Joes, McKaylee, all rounded all off here. But yeah, Riggs though, definitely driver of the day, I think, from 11th to 4th. No, definitely a great result. And also to salvage a little bit in that championship for him.
Yeah.
Yep, and I think, as it would stand, I think Provatox and Riggs would be tied for the championship lead. So it's close right now between those two for now. Unless Stewart's reports happens with Nathan and with Provatox, which I think there could be. I can't really see anything changing if I'm totally honest.
No. Not at all. Not at all. But
But we're not stewards, we're commentators. That's just our opinions.
exactly. Exactly. But what do we do now? Do we wrap things up or
I'm gonna ask them if they want to join.
can do?
The commentary. Yeah. Yeah, if they don't join within the next few minutes, then we'll go and close it.
Noish.
Okay. Well, there you go. Nathan has asked if he can go for an interview.
Lovely. So let's get Nathan in
Yeah.
here and we'll move to the interview section, which we love. So, yeah, not a bad race overall today. A lot of contact between some drivers and chaos happening here and there. But nevertheless, we are going to get the lovely Nathan very, very shortly coming in for an interview
Yeah, I'm trying.
as soon as he joins the waiting room.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get him into the waiting room right now. Yeah. Seems like they all want to, almost all of them.
Yay!
Cool.
There we go. Nathan's there, so we'll drag Nathan up and KD, you can kick it off with the first interview. Just bear with me, just get rid of that.
Yep.
Right, let's do this. 3, 2,
Let me see
1.
if
Boom.
do you have him in there? Alright, cool. Perfect. Hello, Nathan. Can you hear us? Nathan, can you hear us? I think he's still
Hello?
muted. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Good evening.
Hi.
Hello. All right, well, let's go and kick this off then, shall we? What a race for you. You finally got a good result after, I mean, I feel like this season for you has been a struggle at least. But no, you finally managed to get a really good result, P2, for tonight's race at Imola. After qualifying seventh, managed to get a second. Very nicely done. Um, how was it for you out there tonight? Of course, we had some close. You had quite a bit of close battles after that second safety car restart, or the first safety car restart. Sorry, I should say.
Yeah, it was a good race. Not the quality was not great, but I didn't really do a lot of practice, to be honest. So I was just kind of going into it with an open mind, and I knew my race pace was pretty good on this track.
Mm,
So yeah, it was just I mean, got unlucky with the strategy, of course, because of the safety car, but I mean, it pulled me back to the gap ahead, so I can't really complain too much about the safety car.
mm. I was just thinking though, like me and Flynn, we were talking about it. It's just like we were a bit concerned about you guys on the mediums because we felt like that your tires were gonna go off at some point, and maybe the hard runners would have taken full advantage. Were you concerned about that, or did you feel like
Um,
you had the pace to at least try to hold off as
at
best
the
you
big
could?
at the beginning, I thought, I wasn't going to make it. I was thinking of doing medium soft. It's a safety car that would be amazing. And then I also saw a lot of hard runners behind who were like around me. But
Mhm.
then like after, I don't know, like 8-10 laps, it was just me and Provatox on the mediums, and then there's only like one hard run in the top five at one point. So at that point, I kind of knew it's okay. Like the hards won't be a threat anymore. It'll just be the mediums at the front, because of the DRS
Yeah.
train. So I think at the end they were like 60, 65%. They were awful on the last 2 laps. I just couldn't get any grip. But for the whole stint they were pretty fine. So
Yeah. Flynn, do you have anything to add on with Nathan? Any question for Nathan?
Um, hmm, maybe. I do have one question. Obviously, you and Pavlov's got very, very, very close on the last lap, and then he got an excellent run out of I believe it's turns. I can't
17.
remember. Yeah, 17.
yeah,
Sorry.
the end of
And you
came.
got
Yeah,
you got very, very close for contact, almost almost off the track, but no, you both managed to keep it clean and stuff like that. That was absolutely fantastic to watch, especially from me and KD's point of view. We thought Protox was going to get it done, but he didn't. He almost did, but it was quite close. And that is pretty much it for me, but congratulations on P2.
cheers. I don't know if that
Yeah,
was a
no
question,
worries.
but yeah, thank you.
No worries. Well, actually, I'll ask you one more. Next week we head over to Spa for the next race. How do you think you'll fare around there?
Not great. It's probably one of my worst tracks. So um,
Oh, really?
yeah, I've never had a good time racing around Belgium. So we'll see. Just gotta hope that safety cars and carnage doesn't affect me, and kind of benefits me. So yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
I'll just hope for a top
um,
10. That's the goal.
fair enough. But no, congratulations on P2. You definitely deserved it. And yeah, good. Best of luck to you next week.
Thanks, and GG's to the other two on the podium.
Alrighty, see you next week.
Anytime.
Hopefully, if you're on the
Yeah,
podium again. Bye bye.
hope
Right.
so.
Let's get El Pelotor up here now. Was it the Alfa Romeo driver, correct? No, it's the wrong one. What, this one?
Yeah.
There
We
we
also
go.
got Provatox in here, but yeah, we can get him in in a little bit. All right. Hello there, El Pilator. If you can hear us.
Hello? Hello?
There we go.
Hello. Well, what a victory for you in front of your home crowd at Imola. You go from P3 last week at Suzuka to now a race win, your first of the season. So congratulations on that. How was it for you out there at Imola today?
That was intense race. I had only time for one lap because I was having dinner, so the qualifying was more or less horrible. And later in the race, I got caught up in an accident in the first lap, which lost me a lot of position. But I slowly climb. I have how do you say this? a scary moment when
Oh yeah,
were
you and
they
Bumblebee.
in the lap in I don't know where lap out of the safety car in Tamburello
Yeah.
that I overtook one and the Ferrari overtook me, but after that I was one after the other until I overtook the Nathan, and I thought he got me, but in the last lap he made a mistake in Rivacha, and I got how you say this? Got fun enough to secure the P1, so very happy.
But yeah, yeah, tight battles between you guys, definitely for sure. And how was your tire life, out of curiosity? Because I mean, of course, you were one of the few that were on the medium tires, and
67, I
yeah,
think.
we,
67, I
Wow.
think.
That's impressive.
57?
60,
Gee
60,
whiz.
67.
Oh, 67. Oh, 67. I'm sorry. Still though, that's
It's on
pretty.
the margin, isn't it?
That's pretty close on tire wear.
The,
Yeah.
but the tire were done in the last lap. I don't know. I almost killed myself in Tosa, I think. The tire
Mm.
were done totally.
Damn. Well.
But Flynn, do you have anything more to add?
Well,
Um.
the incident left Aston Martin, but I think it's okay. Like he got for a we weren't even outside, and I don't know what happened, to be honest.
Trying to think. I don't really know what happened between the Aston. I think it's just unfortunate contact or something like that. But the only thing I would like to ask is, of course, we move to Spa next week. How are you for that track? Do you think you'll be able to contend for the top 3 again, or a top 5, or like I said, could we see you P1 again maybe, and back in here, shall I say? What are your thoughts on Spa? Are you okay at that?
I don't know because I had two races here this week, and neither of them got really well. I didn't have the pace. And Imola, I got that race yesterday, so I was more or less used to. And I knew that I had the pace, but I had very bad luck in that race. So I'm happy to be more or less a quiet race without any mistakes. I had two warnings in lap 4, so I have to do 28 laps without any warning. So
Oh
it was
damn.
very tough
Mm.
because I couldn't because I cannot push any harder in Variante Alta, Piratella, and this truck, this Aqua Minerale. This
Wow.
corner I was scared, so I leave a bit of margin, but very happy.
Yeah, very
Well,
impressive.
congratulations on winning in Imola.
KD,
Cheers.
Yeah.
anything from you else?
Yeah. How do you think you'll fare around Spa next week, El Pilator?
If I think points will be my target because I'm very bad because this grid is really close. So if I got a podium, it will be a miracle. So I would think points is my goal.
Mm. Well, congratulations on winning here at Imola. And, yeah, good luck to you though for next week
Cheers.
at Spa. No worries. I think I just remembered something too when El Pilato crossed the line. I said that he won the Italian Grand Prix. I know it's not the
Lol.
Italian Grand Prix. It's the yeah. I know it's not the Italian Grand Prix. That's Monza. No, we were at no. That's the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Silly me.
Right then,
But yeah, no, it was just me getting caught in the moment. But anyway, Profit Talks now,
let's
I
bring out
guess.
Provatox and see how he got on. Let's have a look, shall we? Hello, Provatox. Can you hear us? Hopefully you can.
Should be able to. There he is.
Good evening, guys.
Hello. Well, you're back on the podium again here, Profit Talks.
Yeah, but still
Not
not
bad result.
on the best step, unfortunately.
Well, let's get stuff from the bottom to top, pretty much. You pretty much had a good race from what we saw. Very close racing for the top for a majority of the time. You start from the hards. Unfortunately, though, safety car came out, but I obviously that didn't really affect you. We thought it would affect you in some way because, well, you know, we were feeling that the tires that you were on might have like not been the greatest for you, but you held on. You got P3 out of it all. So how do you see the results here tonight here tonight at Imola?
Yes, the safety car was a bit on a shit moment because I think I was first on hard and I had two medium runners in the train behind me, and number four
Mhm.
wasn't in the DRS train. So yeah, I hope to stay on in the leading pack, and then when the others went to hard, I could have easily catch up with the medium. But yeah, after the safety car, it was a whole train again. And I also thought the mediums would have been pretty bad at the end, but I think we were at 65%, and the hard runners didn't have much ERS on the last couple of laps. So I think only the top three at the end could have battled for it. But Nathan in front of me, I think he had not enough ERS to catch up El Pilotor on the last lap, because I saw him flashing halfway through, and I hoped he would have catched El Pilotor so we could have done a double overtake on him, and maybe I could have catched him on the last lap. But P3, bit unfortunate. I think I had the pace to win it today, but we'll see next time on Belgium. I also don't know. I think the second to last corner, I tried to overtake Nathan on the outside, but yeah, I don't know if I got pushed to the outside of the track or that I just made a mistake myself. I don't know how it was
Mm.
from his POV, but yeah, I felt I didn't got the room I deserved. I will watch
Mm.
it back on the side. So.
Yeah, I mean, like that's something we were. I think we've been trying to get on about. We talked about this as well with Nathan, as that it looked like from our POV is looked like you may have not gotten enough room. I mean, I don't. It's a bit of a 50-50 call. If I'm telling, I mean, I'm not a steward. I'm not saying I will make the ruling of it, but like it looked 50-50 to me. But I mean, of course, that's up to the stewards if you do report it. But Flynn, is there anything else you want to add on?
Um, hmm, Potentially,
I must,
talk
I
about
must say
like
I was with the quali because I didn't do much practice, so the rain helped me helped me a lot there.
yeah, we did see you had an awesome qualifying session. I was pretty much impressed with that. So you did make my day and spark my day with that. What I would um like to ask, because obviously next week we go to the lovely track of Belgium known as Spa. Do you think you could challenge potentially for the race win, top 5, top 3? What's your racecraft and race pace and quali pace like there?
Yeah, I think the last couple of races, top five should be easy possible. Lucky, of course, Brandon today had a quali event, so he wasn't in the mix because he's normally also very quick. Yeah, Belgium. I think that's also another track with where the last lap overtake is extremely powerful. Camel straight. So I think yeah, some ERS games and DRS games will be played there.
Yeah,
So yeah, interested to
Hmm.
see how that works out.
indeed. We'll see how that plays out next week. But no, KD, that is all from me. Paradox, congratulations on P3. And KD, is there anything else you would like to add or anything at all?
Yeah, I guess one more. I've asked this to both of the drivers we had previously in here, but next time about we head over to Spa, how do you think you'll fare there?
Yeah, like I said, I think top five should be possible. Seeing the race based on the other races, I think it's a better track than Imola for me. So yeah, podium. I hope to see you guys next week again, but maybe then
Fair enough.
as a P2 or a racing. We'll see how it goes.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations on third place, and good luck to you as well for the rest of the season. Of course, best of luck in your title fight as well.
Yeah, the title fight is on. I think me and Riggis. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but we are tied on points.
We've been saying Riggs, but
Riggs,
yeah.
okay, Riggs. We're tied on points now, so the battle is on.
Yes, it has indeed. So, like we said, we cannot wait to see what happens later on as we get closer and closer to the end of the season. You never know; it could potentially be a last what I'm trying to say, a last race finish. But we'll see what happens. But Paradox, you've been awesome, and thank you for joining us today.
Yes, good evening, guys.
Yes, good evening, and bye bye.
Yep.
Right then.
See you later, man.
So KD, that pretty much wraps everything up, we could say.
Yeah, I pretty much should say so. It was a good race overall here at Imola, but yeah, we'll see how Spa delivers next week for sure.
We will indeed. So, without further ado, guys, you've been awesome. You've been fantastic. From me, Mr. Flynn, I'm saying my farewells and goodbyes. And KD, anything else you'd like to add before we run away?
Nope, just farewell, and yeah, we'll catch you next time at Spa.
Alright
And
then.
yeah, we'll see you next week see you next week at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. So take care, everybody.
Fantastic. See you guys next week, and peace.
Desperately trying to hang on. He's got the inside. All here is through on the left-hand side. Hooks the apex, gets on the power nicely, and that is job done. Jarno Opmeer now to the last couple of corners now. His finest drive, his greatest drive, and he's done it at the Circuit of the Americas. He returns to the top step of the podium. Once again, the ghost is back. Jarno Opmeer wins the US Grand Prix in a stunning Grand Prix.
Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though. Cocaine in my nose, got rose in my cup though. Started climbing my pole, she got me locked in on cup though.